something that I feel like I definitely struggle with, but it's emotions as a leader. And when you can show them, when you can have them, I think especially in a stressful situation, how do you show enough to your team to show them that you care and you understand that something was maybe stressful or difficult, but how do you not show emotion and be so stoic that it seems like you're crazy or unempathetic?
Yeah, so I think, well, at first, like anything, I think every situation's a little different. But as leader, when you come into that situation, I think it's interesting because now, so I'll talk about situations I've been in, right? So usually when I walk into a situation where there's more emotion for whatever reason, maybe that emotion hasn't been there, and maybe I bring that emotion to that room by asking a question, and all of a sudden emotion shows up.
Yeah.
Whatever that is, right? Or I walk into a situation not knowing that the emotion is going to be there. I think in that moment now, you are, as the leader, you're navigating slowly of going, okay, so first of all, this is a sensitive conversation for both of us because now we're both in the conversation. I think that's the first thing. When I enter into that in the emotion is in there, I have to understand now as a leader, everything I say is driving this conversation as well. And my goal is not to make that emotion any worse.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Totally.
Like it's not easy, but then it's also to be, it's the concept of making sure you're also, hey, it's okay. Right? Because what you don't want to come across as a leader is just blow by that, right? To what you're asking is like, do you not care? Because I have to show I care. And then it's also asking enough questions to understand, hey, can I help you with this? Or is it, maybe it's an outside issue. Maybe the emotion's coming that isn't driven from work. And if that's the case, then I walk through it again carefully, right, for both of us. But it's also then saying, hey, if you need something, let me know. Or maybe it's offering up in that moment that you have to say, hey, it's okay, Whitney, for you to leave today.
Yeah.
And go take care of that. But now if it's driven by the culture and the environment that we both are in and by the workplace, well, now it's just time to, again, walk through carefully and to understand what that is. But it's not easy. I mean, it's not easy. How did you found when you've been in those situations?
Yeah.
How do you navigate through
Well,
them?
I've definitely found I've gone too far to one side because I am also invested with my team in like, oh yes, that was sucky, right? That was unfortunate. So I have found in those moments I've gone a little too far in showing them of the injustice that I felt, and I've had to kind of take a step back because I've noticed all that does for them is add fuel to the fire on feeling this way, but there needs to be a more productive way to do that. So I think I definitely now, when I'm in those situations, I absorb everything they're saying to me first, but I really have had to think about that and be like, I need to, okay, let me listen and unpack what they're saying, and think about that. But I do try to be really intentional now and always say, I've heard you, I've heard what you say, and just let me get back to you in a little bit. Let me see how we're going to sort through this. But that was definitely hard for me because I think I'm an emotional person and I want to show everybody that I care, but I think there is a fine balance of showing you care and support and not, joining in on the...
Well, and there's also usually a quick transition that the leader may not be aware of. I think the other part as a leader is when you walk into that again, right? You have to, what you just stated, like there's a balance, but you're not usually walking in as a leader going, hey, guess what? I'm going to walk into a situation that's going to become more emotional for whatever reason, right? And I think it's that ability as a leader, understanding that, hey, I'm entering, and now as I navigate, is the word I use, I navigate through this, I want to make sure that when I leave this, that I'm leaving it best for everybody involved. I think there's a lot of that, like, is in that situation, regardless of what it is of the emotion that's brought to that, how do we as leaders leave that good for everybody. Because in that, when the emotion's there, let's say it's someone crying, which I've been a part of before, right? And it's as a leader, again, to what you said, I don't want to take it too far of maybe I don't want to understand everything, but I want to get to a point where that person feels supported, if it's at work, or supported that, hey, we're here to support you as well if it's outside, and navigate as much as you can to that so people feel good. Because I also think there's the other side, and we don't talk about this. I think sometimes as leaders, if we do have people that are bringing their emotions, that's not bad. Like, because sometimes I think we do look at it as, oh my goodness, I have somebody in their emotional. I also think it shows that people feel like they can be who they are and let that emotion come out without hiding.